back out here in Freeze Garage. We are back on the 66. Not sure what all we are going to be able to get done today. Kind of a short day, but I've got a couple of projects that I'm trying to get finished because we're getting to a spot here. We're hoping to be moving and moving to a new place where we'll have a different shop. We'll have to reconfigure it and get it to work for us. But we need some of our projects to be able to roll so we can get them up onto the trailer and get them to move around. So here's what I'm hoping to get done on the 66. I have got the brake pedal assembly right here. I've got it painted. I have got steering wheel parts, which I'm going to show you those in just a little bit. They're inside the truck, and we'll pull those out here in just a little bit and get that going. But the other thing that I'm wanting to do is to try and get this area kind of cleaned up and ready for, one, the steering wheel, but two, the brake master cylinder and the booster and everything that we're putting on there, and the pedal assembly and all that. So I got to get some sanding done. I got to throw a little bit of paint on there, kind of clean it up, make sure it's ready, and then figure out how I'm putting the steering wheel through. One of the challenges that we have on this is the steering wheel firewall connector that I got. It's right here. It's beautiful aluminum. It's going to be pretty. It'll look really good down there. But as you can see, it goes right through this hole, so it's obviously the wrong size. So I might have to do some welding and some fabrication to make that work like I wanted to, but that's what we're on to. All right, got the pedal assembly together. I'll show it to you here in just a second. I think I've got it all adjusted right, but this is original pedal assembly truck, and I've modified it, as you can tell here on this side. Right here I've got it modified for taking the clutch cable that is in the Mustang GT, 95 Mustang GT, which is the motor that we're putting in, transmission that we're putting in, and the clutch cable system. So that's the plan. I've got it modified, connected, and everything painted and new bushings put in there. So now I've got to switch and figure out the steering wheel location, make sure that I don't have to weld in some plates or do something like that before I bolt all this in. So we're going to go clean that up and get it ready for a little bit of paint, and then start doing some test fits on the steering wheel. All right, so here we are back on the steering column. You can see I've got it mocked up. I've got my cover over here. I don't have it clocked right yet, because I'm still working on the inside, getting that set, and then we'll adjust this to get it lined up correctly. But you can see I've got it just about the right distance in there. I'm going to still grab my seat, throw it back in there, jump in, and kind of we'll do a final test fit. But this is what it's looking like out here. You can see I've got plastic on it, just protecting everything right now, so I can get the mock-up. Taking that fitting off of the original rack and pinion. Gonna find out what that connector is and make sure I can get an adapter for that and make the last rod. It should fit perfectly on there. It's looking really good. Very excited about how that thing's turning out. Yeah, this thing's gonna be awesome. Just super excited. It's gonna look great. All right, guys, super excited. Man, we made some progress today. I'm at a spot where I can't really do the next piece without an extra hand, so I'm gonna have to wait till Tim gets back and grab a little bit of help there. But I just want to show you what I've got done so far today. We have our steering mocked up. I'm gonna have to replace this U-joint at some point, because I think I buggered up one of the needle bearings when I put that on, so we'll mess with that later and try and fix that later. But as you can see, I've got this in. It's got a crash bar right here, so this can actually slide up into there in the event of an emergency or a wreck. So it's not dangerous, but it's straight. I mean, it goes straight down, hooks right up to where it needs to be, and it's gonna work. It actually turns real nice. Man, I'm excited about that. I might have to get a bushing, something in here. I'll see. Maybe there's something I can do to tighten that up. The other thing I want to show you is I am test fitting the seat. Definitely going to have to make some adjustments down below. I think I'm going to have to lower it just a little bit to get it in where I want it. But as you can see, I have my steering wheel in, steering column in. This will get painted to match the interior of the truck, and then the chrome steering wheel will be on there as an accessory, so it'll look wonderful. And just for fun, I am going to try and slide in here holding this camera and see if you can see how this is going to go. Oh yeah. I'll just be able to slip right in here. I'll be honest, I'm gonna have to figure out how to get this back, because clutch is gonna be there, gas and brake. This thing's gonna be a little tight, but That's part of hot rodding, I think, right? I think that's how it goes. But man, I love how this thing feels. This is so cool. Kind of a dream come true for me. I've been dreaming about building a truck like this for a long time, and man, it's so much work, and it takes so much time, and to finally be at the spot where I'm sitting in my seat. You can see, I mean, it's going to be tight. I don't know if you can see it from there. We'll check the video, but I'm right here on the throttle. Throttle pedal be right here. Clutch, brake. It's going to be a little snug. I might have to do me some figuring on how we can maybe adjust this a little bit more, but it'll pretty much only fit me, which is going to be a-okay. So very excited. Can't wait to show you more progress. All right, so we've got the trailer in the shop. I'm going to show you what we were doing. We've been working with this little 2,000-pound ATV winch, and it's been good. It's definitely done what we need it to do, but it's definitely been underpowered for pulling, like the F-250 diesel truck up onto here or other rigs that we've done. It's just really struggled to get it up over the edge. So we have a Badlands Apex 12,000-pound synthetic rope winch. We're going to get that thing installed here. I've got the mount plate for it. So what I'm going to do is fire up the camera, and I'm going to show you guys as I take this apart and start laying it out to install the new winch here on the front of the trailer. All right, guys, got my brackets made, and so you can see right here I've got 2 parts for the top, 2 pieces for the bottom. I'm going to run them over to the belt sander, just clean up the edges a little bit using that hand band saw that you guys saw me using. It doesn't give me a really straight cut, so I'm going to run over to the belt sander and try and straighten those out a little bit, and be right back to start knocking them up. I got my parts kind of they're in place. They're I'm getting ready to start tacking them and getting them welded up. Again, I'm still working with hand tools to make some of these cuts, so I don't have them perfect. Not nearly as good as what someday I'd like to if we get good machines that'll actually do all this. But I'm going to square this one up and start getting the tack welded in and making sure everything's in place, and that it'll reach, it works, and we'll start getting this thing worked together. All right, got the bracket welded in and the mounting plate, so I'm going to do a little touch up on that, get some paint thrown on it, and then I start bolting in the winch. So I'll show you what I got. Made a L bracket there out of 2x4. 2x4, I think it's a 1/4 inch steel, so plenty heavy enough. You can see L brackets. Welded them in spot center hole. Anyway, I filled those on the 2 bolt holes that were in there, filled those up, and then welded around the front and both sides. So it's in solid, letting it cool now. I'm gonna go get some lunch and get this thing cleaned up, ready for some paint, and then install a winch. Let's play. Alright guys, we are, I got to run down to town, check the mail, do some other fun stuff that comes with the business, but as you can see, I've got my mount in. I've got the winch actually set here. The battery's in place. I'm waiting for a mount box bracket for that so we can lock that down. But I've got my battery cable and everything put into place. Hopefully I didn't do that too soon because I think the battery's going to move back, so I might have to move that box back, but hey, that's just part of life when you're hurrying. the only other thing then is building a cover for this so that we've got good cover, and putting on a trickle charger connector to it so I can plug it in and charge the battery whenever I need it. So that's the plan, but we're gonna go do some other stuff, and hopefully we'll get this thing wrapped up tonight and show you in just a little bit. All right, guys, well, we've got the winch all wrapped up for today as much as we're gonna get done. You can see here I've got it on the trailer. I've got my cable lead in. I've got the remote here, not where that will live, but it's where it's at for right now. Battery's not connected, actually. We're waiting because we've got to get a few other things done for that to get the battery connected properly. So I'm waiting for a mounting bracket for that, and then we can get in there and get it done. So that's the plan. That thing's ready to go, though. We're ready to haul all kinds of stuff, and so moving on to other projects, and we'll check in with you later. So man, sure appreciate what you guys do. Like, subscribe, share, do all the stuff, and we really appreciate the support. We will see you guys next time.